You are sitting on the couch, absent-mindedly watching TV when you hear something being chewed on. Your dog has decided to check out that new pillow you love, and now its stuffing is scattered all over the floor. Your furry friend doesn't seem to care. As you get up to scold them and clean up the mess, you might find yourself wondering, does your dog even know they did something wrong? Do they feel guilty for destroying your stuff? Do they want to apologize, or are those puppy eyes just, well, puppy eyes? The answers might not be what you think. Stick around as we dive into this topic, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more helpful tips on how to communicate with your furry companion. How does your dog feel about their bad behavior? First, we need to understand the psychology behind dogs' apologies. Animal behavior scientists classify emotions into two categories. Primary emotions are basic, instinctive feelings experienced by most mammals and birds, such as fear, happiness, anger, and sadness, while secondary emotions are more complex and typically experienced by humans and primates, such as shame, pride, and guilt. Dogs are generally believed to experience only primary emotions, though many dog owners argue that their dogs are perfectly capable of feeling more complex emotions. Some scientists believe this is just a misinterpretation of dogs' responses by humans. For example, if an older dog reacts negatively to the arrival of a new puppy in the home, it might seem like jealousy, but their hostile behavior is more likely triggered by the anxiety of having their routine disrupted. Guilt is a secondary emotion, so dogs do not experience it. If your dog occasionally digs through the trash or tracks mud on the carpet, they don't understand that they did something wrong in the way a human would. In one experiment, owners were told to tell their dogs not to eat a tasty treat and then leave them alone with the treat in a room. While the owners were gone, researchers took the treat away but told the owners that their dogs ate it. The results showed that dogs displayed a guilty expression when their owners scolded them, even when they hadn't eaten the treat. This suggests that the guilty look might not be an apology, but a reaction to their owner's behavior. It seems dogs are masters at reading human emotions and responding in a way that simply diffuses tension. Smart move. And even if dogs could feel guilt, many behaviors that humans consider bad are not only normal for dogs but also rooted in instincts that would help them survive in the wild. Digging holes in the backyard, for instance, isn't just fun for your dog. It also reflects their natural instincts to hide food, create a cool spot, or make a comfortable den. From their point of view, we're the odd ones. So if your dog doesn't feel guilty about what they did, why would they apologize? Well, while your dog may not understand they did something wrong, they can understand that they upset you. Dogs are extremely sensitive to our tone of voice and can easily distinguish between a happy human and an angry or sad one. They also have what's known as associative memory, the ability to understand and connect certain actions of theirs with their human's reactions. For example, the connection between drooling on your socks and you raising your voice at them. This is why experts recommend not scolding or punishing your dog unless you catch them in the act. If there's a time gap between their bad behavior and your discovery, your dog might assume you're scolding them for something completely different. And let's be real, even when they're in trouble, it's hard not to forgive that furry face. To make things right, they might try a few things like licking, rubbing up against you, or even bringing a toy. It's their way of saying, let's be friends again. Interestingly, wolves do something similar to resolve issues within their packs. Some dogs, however, when they know they've done something wrong, might do the opposite and retreat to a corner of the house, avoiding eye contact, lowering their head, and tucking their tail. This doesn't mean they feel guilty, but rather that they don't want to face your anger. Nonetheless, they learn from these experiences and remember that certain actions may lead to scolding. Should we forgive our dogs quickly? Yes, we should forgive our dogs quickly, and here's why. Dogs live in the moment, and their understanding of time is very different from ours. When we hold on to anger after they've done something wrong, such as chewing on a shoe or having an accident inside, they don't connect that prolonged frustration to the behavior. Instead, they might just feel confused or anxious. Dogs don't plot out mischief or have the same moral understanding of actions like humans. Often, what we perceive as misbehavior is simply a result of stress, boredom, or instinct. For example, chewing isn't just a random or destructive act. It's something dogs do to release energy, deal with stress, and even take care of their teeth and jaws. In the wild, dogs chew on bones and sticks to stay healthy and calm. So, when your dog chews on your favorite pillow, they're not intentionally being naughty. They're just acting on natural instincts. If we respond with lingering frustration, we risk damaging the trust and bond we have with them. Forgiving your dog quickly, however, helps reinforce a positive connection between you. Dogs are incredibly attuned to human emotions. They can easily sense when you're upset, which can increase their anxiety. By forgiving them and responding with calm, reassuring energy, you help them feel safe and loved. It's important to use a soft, comforting tone and perhaps offer some physical affection like a pet or head rub. This signals to them that the situation is resolved, and it also strengthens your bond. In the end, forgiving quickly isn't just about letting go of frustration. It's about understanding that dogs are acting out of instinct or emotion, not malice. Responding with patience and compassion helps your dog feel secure and builds a relationship based on trust and mutual respect. Do dogs apologize to each other? Dogs also have their own ways of making up with each other, especially since they rely on their pack for essential needs like food and safety. Minimizing conflict within the group is crucial for survival. So, after a fight, both the wronged dog and the one who acted out often spend more time together to ease the tension. They may lick each other, which in the dog world is a gesture of offering peace, something like raising a white flag. Another common behavior is rolling onto their back to expose their belly, showing vulnerability and submission, signaling that they don't want to fight and prefer to be friends again. If we make a mistake, how do we apologize to our dogs? If we were a bit too harsh in our scolding or accidentally stepped on their tail, we often feel guilty and want to apologize. The good news is that dogs have a very short memory for isolated bad events. They will probably recover quickly, eager to restore peace and get back to the good times. However, it's important to note that while dogs may forgive the occasional incident, they have a longer memory for repeated mistreatment or abuse. Their brains are wired to create associative memories, meaning they remember and associate certain people or situations with negative experiences. This is a survival mechanism that helps them recognize potential threats and avoid a cycle of negativity. So, if a dog experiences consistent mistreatment from a particular person, they may begin to associate that person with fear or discomfort, making it harder for them to trust or forgive easily. This isn't holding a grudge, but rather self-protection and learning from their environment. Overall, dogs are creatures who forgive easily, often willing to leave the past behind after a sincere apology and some affectionate comfort. They're experts at living in the moment and don't tend to dwell on the past, which is something we could all learn from, right? Have you ever stopped to think about the things we do unintentionally that actually harm our dogs? Now I'm going to talk about 10 mistakes that many people make without realizing it, and that you should stop doing right now. Mistakes so serious that they're worthy of us asking our dogs for forgiveness. Mistake 1. Lack of proper socialization. Socialization is a critical stage in a dog's development. During the first weeks of life, it's essential for them to be exposed to different people, animals, and environments. For example, a puppy that isn't socialized may grow up fearful of common situations, such as walks in the park or encounters with other dogs. This fear can turn into anxiety or even aggressive behavior. The most critical period for dog socialization occurs between 3 and 14 weeks of age, but the process should continue throughout the dog's life. Start socializing your dog early, introducing them to new experiences in a positive and controlled way. If you adopted an older dog, know that socialization is still possible but may require more time and patience. Continuous socialization is essential to ensure your dog adapts well to different situations, preventing problematic behaviors that may arise from a lack of exposure to new experiences. Speaking of exposure, the next mistake is directly related to the lack of physical activity. Let's talk about that. Mistake 2. Lack of physical exercise. Dogs need regular exercise to maintain their physical and mental health. The lack of activity can lead to obesity, boredom, and even serious health issues, such as heart disease. An active breed dog, like a border collie for example, confined to a small space without enough activity, will likely develop destructive behaviors, such as chewing furniture or excessive barking. Each breed has its specific exercise needs. Research your dog's breed and incorporate walks, play, and mental activities into their routine. Even smaller or older dogs need exercise, though at a lower intensity. Exercise not only helps control your dog's weight, but also provides mental stimulation that prevents boredom and anxiety. A tired and stimulated dog is a happy and well-behaved dog. And now that we've talked about physical activity, let's address an equally important topic: nutrition. Mistake 3. Inadequate nutrition. Providing the right nutrition for your dog is essential for their health and well-being. Feeding them human food, depending on the food, can be harmful and even toxic. Foods like chocolate, onions, and grapes are dangerous for dogs and can cause anything from digestive problems to more serious complications. Moreover, ignoring recommended portions can lead to obesity or malnutrition, issues that can be as serious as poisoning. Consult a veterinarian to determine the ideal diet for your dog, considering age, weight, breed, and activity level. A balanced diet should include the right amount of proteins, fats, carbohydrates, vitamins, and minerals. Maintaining a regular feeding routine and avoiding uncontrolled treat feeding is also important. And speaking of health, the next area we'll cover can be easily neglected but is essential: dental hygiene. Mistake 4. Neglecting dental hygiene. Many dog owners underestimate the importance of their dog's dental hygiene, which can lead to serious diseases such as gingivitis, tooth loss, and infections that can spread to other organs. Regularly brushing your dog's teeth with appropriate products and offering toys that help reduce tartar are essential practices. Oral health directly impacts your dog's quality of life. Additionally, regular veterinary visits for dental checkups are crucial to prevent more significant problems in the future. Maintaining your dog's dental health not only prevents oral diseases, but also improves the overall well-being of the animal, avoiding unnecessary pain and discomfort. And speaking of care, let's now address a mistake that can compromise the relationship between you and your dog: the use of physical punishment. Mistake 5. Physical or aggressive punishment. Physical or aggressive punishment is one of the most harmful mistakes a caregiver can make. This type of approach not only fails to teach the desired behavior, but can also cause fear, anxiety, and even aggressive behavior in the dog. For example, punishing a dog for barking can make them associate your presence with something negative, leading to fear or aggression. Instead of punishing, use training methods based on positive reinforcement, which reward desired behaviors. For example, rewarding your dog if they don't jump on a visitor instead of punishing them if they do. These methods are more effective and promote a healthy and trusting relationship between you and your dog. Positive reinforcement not only teaches the dog what is expected of them, but also builds a bond of mutual trust and respect. Avoiding physical punishment is crucial to creating a safe and loving environment for your furry friend. Now, let's explore another vital aspect that is often neglected: mental stimulation. Mistake 6. Lack of mental stimulation. Dogs are intelligent animals that need mental stimulation to stay happy and balanced. The lack of activities that challenge your dog's intellect can result in boredom and destructive behaviors, such as chewing furniture or excessive barking. Imagine a high-energy dog, like a German Shepherd, without daily mental challenges. They can quickly become bored and start displaying unwanted behaviors. To avoid this mistake, include interactive toys, fetch games, and command training in your dog's daily routine. Mental stimulation is as important as physical exercise for your dog's well-being. Additionally, regularly changing the types of mental challenges can help keep your dog engaged and prevent them from developing unwanted behaviors due to boredom. A mentally stimulated dog is happier, calmer, and much easier to live with. But even with all these care tips, it's crucial to be attentive to signs that something might be wrong with your dog's health. Which brings us to the next mistake. Mistake 7. Ignoring signs of illness. Dogs cannot tell us when something is wrong, so it's vital to pay attention to subtle signs of illness. Symptoms like lethargy, loss of appetite, vomiting, diarrhea, or behavioral changes can indicate health problems that require immediate veterinary attention. For example, Lethargy in a normally active dog can be a sign of serious issues, such as an infection or pain. Knowing your dog's normal behavior is crucial for quickly identifying any abnormalities. If you notice something unusual, don't wait to see if it improves on its own. Seek a veterinarian as soon as possible. Early detection of illness is essential for effective treatment and can make the difference between a quick recovery and serious complications. Don't underestimate the importance of acting quickly when you notice any sign that your dog isn't well. And while we're on the topic of prevention and care, the next step to ensuring your dog is well-behaved and safe is basic training. Mistake 8. Lack of basic training. Basic training is essential to ensure your dog is well-behaved and safe. Many owners underestimate its importance or give up too soon. Investing time in teaching basic commands, such as sit and stay, is crucial for your dog's safety and well-being. A well-trained dog is happier and safer, both at home and in public. Additionally, basic training also helps prevent dangerous situations, such as when a dog needs to obey commands in critical moments, like crossing a street or encountering other animals. Training your dog from an early age and continuing to reinforce these teachings throughout their life contributes to a more harmonious and safe coexistence for everyone. Mistake 9. Lack of planning for trips and vacations. Many caregivers don't think ahead about how their dogs will be cared for during trips or vacations, which can cause separation anxiety and other issues. Leaving your dog with unprepared people or in an unfamiliar environment can be traumatic. Plan ahead. Consider dog hotels or professional caregivers, or take your dog with you if possible. Good planning ensures that your dog is safe and happy, even in your absence. Additionally, make sure the chosen caregiver or hotel understands your dog's specific needs, such as diet, medication, and exercise, to ensure they receive the best care possible while you're away. And now, one of the most important mistakes. Mistake 10. Ignoring the importance of regular veterinary checkups. Regular checkups are essential for early detection of health problems. Prevention is always better than treatment. Schedule annual veterinary appointments and keep vaccinations and preventive treatments up to date. A regular checkup can make a big difference in your dog's quality of life. Besides detecting health issues, these visits allow you to discuss any concerns you have about your dog's behavior or diet. Maintaining good communication with your veterinarian and following their recommendations is crucial to ensuring your dog lives a long and healthy life. Now, can you tell me if to your dog, you're their mother, father, or just the person who gives them food? In this video on the screen, we dive deep into that. We explore the dog-human relationship in a way you've never seen before. Click on the screen and keep going with me in the incredible world of dogs.